Hi guys, welcome to the Raid and Trade channel. It's Ben, and today I'm bringing you my TG Fire King profile. I played the deck at the German Open this weekend. You may have seen my feature match, so I figured I'd make a profile for it. The last two rounds didn't go that well, unfortunately. I lost dice roll twice against combo decks and lost both matches, so I ended X3. But yeah, I still want to show off the deck, so I guess we'll go right into it. I played a full Diavelsa package of 3 Witch, 3 Wanted, and even 3 Sinful Spells, because this card is absolutely insane in this deck. It can fetch you like 4 or 5 different cards that do different things. And Witch right now always gets hand trapped because Veiler and Imperm are still very prominent. So hard drawing this actually plays through a hand trap a lot. Then for the Fire King engine, it was very minimal. It was just 1 Ponix, 1 Garunex, just 2 Kirin, 1 small Kirin, 1 Arvata for the monsters. I really just wanted to have what I absolutely need, because the Fire King engine is mainly there for bridging the engines. I want to get access to Garunex because it's somewhat of a grind game, and it can access Jet Synchron or access Blaster or make Fire King plays. And then I played 3 Sanctuary. It's probably one of the best cards. Access the field spell, and it's also a free send for the Snake Eyes cards, which is really important. 2 Island. Then I played a Snake Eye package of 3 Ash, 1 Oak, and 1 Dragon. These are very good in this deck because Ash, again, just like the Sinful Spoils, does have a lot of different targets and can do a lot of different things, and the extenders that you get actually convert into interruptions in this deck. You can not only end on like IP Sunlight Wolf, but you make a big combo in the end. So yeah. Also, the send effect is actually very important for the TG part, because the TG continuous spell makes all your TGs machines, and if you want to Calamity Lock them, you need a Dark Dragon monster, so you have to get rid of the TG spell. Yeah, then the TG engine, also very minimal. 1 Salamander, 1 Screw Serpent, and 1 All Clear. The thought behind this was that I wanted to go into synchro plays for the Snake Eye stuff, but I wanted a consistent and high payoff. So since the Formula Synchron lines required a lot of investment and a lot of playing into the bird, just as this one does, but for a mediocre payoff in my opinion, I decided that playing 3 TG cards is worth it, because you basically end the game immediately if it resolves. And Salamander is accessible also via the Snake Eye stuff and the Sinful stuff. Screw Serpent, at the very least, if you draw it, is you can access Salamander via other engines oftentimes, and it's at least 2 link materials, or gets you into the engine a little bit if you revive the Salamander. All Clear is somewhat of a brick. You'd never want to see it, really. Yeah, then 2 additional targets for the Fire King Kirin. Jet Synchron and Blaster. Jet Synchron enables your synchro plays, and Blaster is just an extender. Kind of comes back every turn, but doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, then I played a 1-for-1 because I have so many different level 1 targets and it extends through everything. Just a god card in this deck. 3 Prosperity. I wasn't playing this at first, but I figured since I'm not playing that many hand traps that are important to draw turn 1, might as well. And it really increases consistency. Also, if you get hand trapped or stopped at some point, you can just activate this and grab whatever you need. In my opinion, this is kind of a joker. Like it can turn into any card in your deck. It can access any engine basically if you go for 6, and because you're ending the game after turn 1, it doesn't matter if you don't have an extra deck. Then for hand traps, I played 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, and well, Warp Breakers, I guess, 3 Talents and 1 Thrust. I don't think this format you need to really stop your opponent necessarily. I think it's very possible with this deck at least to play through a board a bit. If it's not a completely FDK board. Also, Talents is very good in this deck because you oftentimes have multiple lines to achieve your end board. So if you get hand trapped, you can Talents them. and then even though, let's say, if you only Calamity lock them, it's a very frail board, so you would never do it against, if you had no knowledge, to just end on the Calamity lock. You might want to end on Fallout or whatever, but if you know that they don't have an out in hand, if you can get rid of their out or whatever, then it's actually fine to just do the TG play, to just like do 1 Synchro 2 and end on Calamity. So I think it's very good. Thrust doesn't really have a lot of targets in this deck. I just wanted to have another copy of Talons, basically going second. Going first you can set Imperm. Going second you access Talons or Pot most of the time, or 1 for 1. Then for the side deck, I played 3 Bell against Labyrinth, 3 Droll against Vanadium and like other combo decks, 3 Nibiru. I don't actually like this card in the format that much, but I think it's still good to have, whatever. I don't think you need to side a lot in this deck in most matchups, so I had a lot of space. 2 Pancratops, it's just very generic. 2 Lightning Storms against Race, Blab, 1 Feather Duster. And then for going first and Shifter, 1 Cold Belly Grave. Shifter is a big problem in this deck, you don't really have a play through it, so I think Cold Play at the very least is mandatory, but I was still lucky to not get Shifter the weekend, for sure. Extra decks, 1 Typhon, I think it's mandatory in any deck that can fit it. 1 Link Karibo, both Charmers, Sunlight Wolf, Little Knight, Heat Soul, Unicorn. This is kind of a flex spot, you don't necessarily need it, but I really like it because it's, you can use it to link claim it to access code. And then for the TG part, I played 1 Mighty Striker. This is what accesses your whole engine. So you need, it's generic and it accesses the continuous spell. And if it goes to grave, it sends 1. So you basically add the continuous spell, pop it for to add the Serpent, and then send the Salamander. So you access the whole engine. 1 Star Guardian, 1 Dragonar, 1 Barone, and then the Calamity. I just want to quickly go through the main combo.
Yes.
So basically all you need is a Wanted, and then you'll need a discard for Witch, of course, but you also draw a card, so I'm going to disregard discards in this combo. So you activate Wanted, search a Witch, special summon Witch effect, set Sinful Spoils, activate it, special summon Ash effect, search Ponix, normal summon Ponix, because we haven't normaled yet. For Sanctuary, activate Sanctuary. For Island, effect Island, pop Ponix. To add Garunix. So far it looks still standard, I guess. Effect Garunix. Okay, now it's where it starts to get interesting. We pop the Small Kieran. Small Kieran says if it's destroyed, you can send a fire monster from your deck. It doesn't have any restrictions, it's not once per turn. So we're gonna send Jet Synchron. Then we're gonna use the Ash, send the Sanctuary, summon Oak. Oak is gonna reborn not the Jet Synchron, it's important here, but the Ash. And then we're gonna discard for Jet Synchron, summon it. We're gonna synchro off the Ash with the Jet Synchron for Mighty Striker. So here's where we get into the TG engine. We're gonna use the effect to access the All Clear. Effect All Clear. Pop the Mighty Striker to add Screw Serpent. Effect of Mighty Striker. Sends the Salamander. Now All Clear also gives us an extra normal summon, so we're gonna normal summon it, use the effect, and reborn the Mighty Striker, not the Salamander. So now we can make Barone with the Grunix. Then we're gonna use the Oak, to send the All Clear to summon Flamerage Dragon. Flamerage Dragon is gonna put the Kieran in Spell Trap Zone. We're gonna her own puppet, so now it triggers again.
Crazy.
Sense Blaster. Then we're going to summon Blaster by banishing Kieran and Ash, for example. We can link up these two for Sunlight Wolf. Flame Burst is going to trigger. Reborn 2, doesn't really matter. You can use these two, for example. We get an add back, doesn't really matter which one. We get to do Linkaribo into Heat Soul, which draws us a card. And then we're gonna do the Calamity play, which in this case would just be make a Dragonar, which is also generic, by the way. Use the effect to reborn all TG monsters. Then synchro up these two for the second tuner. This also adds back the Salamander. And then we're going to pass turn. In our opponent's main phase, we can synchro these two because these three, because these two are quick synchro effects into Calamity. And that's the full combo from all from one Wanted or one Diabolster. Okay. Shoutouts to my team Raid and Trade, to Daniel Zio for driving with me. Shoutouts to Sarah and Gear 61 for filming this.
Thank you.
And shoutouts to Johannes Bauer for always putting up with my crazy ideas and helping me theorize them. Follow Raid and Trade socials and see you next time.